Hello and welcome back. I'm still in Italy, in Milan, at the Mafra factory, which is the company behind Labocosmetica. We already did a video in which we showed you all the new products, and in this video we will look at one specific product, which is the TPR or Trim Plastic Restorer. Reggie, to be honest, aren't there enough plastic restorative products on the market already? Why do we need an additional one from you?
Well, we did not so much need it from the market, we need it from ourselves, because the only options that we had right now is Nero and Hydra. They have some capabilities, but they don't have the amount of refreshment that a trim plastic restorer should have.
For really old faded plastic.
We're talking about something that is going to transform and no longer becomes the old substrate as it was. It becomes brand new and fresh, deeply satined and
that's a
like
bold
that.
Claim, Reggie.
Yeah,
that's a bold claim.
I know, because I already tested it, so I've seen the befores and afters. So for me, it's a great compromise, because you can choose between.
Why do you say compromise?
Because you have to choose between protection and color restoring. If you put ceramic material inside, you could generate some glossiness, some satin finish, but you do not really refresh the plastic. You're just putting a coating on plastic. And if you have something in the gray range, whitish gray range, those products don't do anything. It's almost like taking Hydra on very faded plastic. There's almost no difference in before and after. And to generate at least a difference that is noticeable to something closer to a new piece of plastic, TPR was developed with a mixture of oils and ceramic coating materials, focusing mostly on getting refreshment of the trims and plastics, and then secondly, giving chemical protection for washing and abrasion resistance of washing.
So extremely generalized, you could say what you did was combining a restorative product like solution finish without the black stuff in it, combining it with a ceramic coating and coming out with a good compromise of both. Instead of having a two-layer system where you apply a solution finish first and then a ceramic coating on top, which may or may not work.
It's the two-tier system is not welcomed much in the current market. Everybody wants fast, easy, simple, and cheap, at least in one application. That sets a challenge for us to generate something that can do that in one step. And that is the result of what we see in front of us in the form of a TPR.
Okay, cool. I mean, those are bold claims, and why don't we just go outside and test them on, I would say, a faded piece of plastic to really look at the restorative properties. I also came with my Mini, which has okay, newish plastics. So we will apply it there, see how it works there, how the hydrophobics are, and then you can see for yourself. So let's go outside and let's start the testing.
So about 4 months ago, I applied TPR on this plastic inside my hood, without preparing, of course, because it's a test. Want to show the hydrophobics on different textured types of plastic.
I'll show you the pictures right now.
And then we are going to rub the surface to see if we take off any of that trim plastic restorer, or does it have any form of friction resistance in the form of a towel, and in this case some water, to see if it's durable.
Good.
This is nice.
Spray some water over it again. See if we diminish the hydrophobics. A little bit, but not too much.
No, a little bit more aggressive. Because normally a coating should make it easier to clean.
Yep, now we definitely attacked it, but still there.
Let's go for 100.
That's how they repair Audis.
Yes.
Yeah, now
we start to see. So for friction resistance and hydrophobics, we have already a diminishing effect. And now comes the important part.
Is the color refreshing effect still
That's
there?
the one. That is the one. I will accept diminishing hydrophobics,
Yeah.
but I will not accept diminishing finish.
I don't see any.
Not yet, at least. If we come here,
maybe a tiny little bit.
We might see here some
I
distortions.
see it. Yep, I see it.
But
overall,
considering the violence I put on it, I will also accept this. Because we use, of course, the brushes. So it will be a lot more delicate.
Looks good. On this plastic fender on my own car, the Mini, we will do an additional test. We will apply TPR on one side and HPC 2.0 or 2.0 on the other side. So we have a direct long-term comparison of TPR with a ceramic coating, and we will see how that behaves. We show you the application in time-lapse because it's not that interesting, to be honest. HPC 2.0 is very easy to apply to plastics as it is on paint. It's one of the easiest and most forgiving coatings I have personally ever tried. And then we applied TPR, and that I wanted to show you. There are crystallizations on the bottle, which means it is actually a true and real ceramic coating. It's just a specialized one, or a more compromised one, as Reggie put it. The application is as easy as with HPC 2.0, and now we are looking at the results and clearly see that what Reggie told us is actually true. On the right side, where we have TPR, the darkening effect is much more pronounced than on the left side. So
nice case on the Mini. Good comparison between what it can do on a good piece of plastic. But that's not what a trim and plastic restorer should be able to do.
No.
It should be able to restore something that is faded.
No, exactly. And we were looking on the whole place here you have for a perfect extreme case. And I think we found it. That at some point had the color of this. We think. It's completely dead plastic, and we did not pre-treat it. It was not cleaned properly. This is the most extreme case we can think of, and we will just see what TPR is capable of in the most extreme case.
Let's see what happens.
Let's go. So just to be sure that we show you, this is a clear liquid. It is not dyed in any way, shape or form.
Minchia.
You're not that familiar with Austrians, are you?
No.
In Austria it would be Oida.
Oida!
Oida! Oida! Good, we found another good example and test section here on this car. This is a rather typical case. Some plastics do that. I have never fully understood why they do that. But Reggie has an idea.
I have done something similar that resulted into the same thing, and it was using a heat gun.
Oh, I see.
Trying to revive the...
I see, and you're going over it like that, and that, okay. That's why I always tell people don't use a heat gun. It's not a good idea. Okay, makes sense.
There's probably
but let's see what TPR can do here. And again, this is an extreme test. We did not clean it, just going over it with TPR. You can go ahead. Wow. I think you did not overpromise when you said this is a restorer.
Yes, and now I think you can clearly now understand a little bit the compromise we have to make.
Yes, absolutely.
If you saw on the HPC2 side, there's not much happening, and to restore something, it has to do something. So in this case, we have more restorer than a protectant. I think your idea, if this product is cured out, that probably we can put some HPC2 on there because it has such a delicate solvent.
Yeah.
But we will try that.
Nice.
To make sure that the people are prepared.
Really nice.
What's up everybody, short clip. This week I show you the results right after application of the new TPR trim plastic coating restorer. But we are Labocosmetica, we rather stay transparent. It was a pure product, I didn't wipe it off. Let's see how it looks like after 48 hours. We can still clearly see the distinctive line between what has not been treated and what has been treated. And if I go a little bit closer, you can immediately see where I made the line like this. Go like this, go like this, go like this, this. So, for future references, if we want to generate a result like this, we shall have to apply this twice with wiping off, because this is not wiping off, so we don't have a homogenic application. But at least we know for sure it's doing something.
What you see now are the hydrophobics of HPC on the left and TPR on the right after a few days. And I personally think those hydrophobics that we see, especially on the right side on TPR, are really, really good. That's what you would expect and hope for with a true trim coating. So that's nothing I think any one of you will be disappointed. If we nitpick, I would say it's slightly less hydrophobic than HPC 2.0.
There's something I need to tell you. I bet there is.
As you can see, I am back home, and this is a very important aspect because I wanted to do the conclusion of this video and of the new products by Labocosmetica in a separate setting. Because one, it is, I personally think, very important that you not only test the products together with a brand ambassador at the factory, but you continue to test them in your own settings, at home with your own car, on different cars and so on. That's what I did. It's still not a full test of the new products. That will follow later in additional and future videos. This is a first use and my first initial impressions of the new products. And secondly, I think that's more important, if you are a critical and independent reviewer, I personally think it's extremely important that you take a step back, especially if you are visiting a manufacturer at its own company, at its own production facilities, and if you speak with the brand ambassador and he shows you the products and tells you everything about it, it's extremely important that you go home, think about what he said, think about what he told you, think about what you saw, and then come up with a final conclusion on these new products. Full transparency and full disclosure, yes, as you can see, I was given the new products for further testing for free. So if you think this will somewhat influence my findings on these products, then that's completely fine with me. But let's now talk about my preliminary conclusion about Labocosmetica TPR, the Trim Plastic Restorer. More than with any other of the new products, maybe except for Initio, the pre-wash, I will need to test this product in the future and compare it to existing favorites of ours. G & Trim, CarPro Deluxe. CarPro has a new one out, which we will have a look at, Zonax, CC, rubber and plastic. There are good alternatives and we will compare this new product to those. That being said, I had to think long and hard about, I have been doing this product testing thing for 8 years now. I have seen probably thousands of different products, but I had to think long and hard about experiences where I was blown away. When I used Sienna Gloss for the first time on a few cars and experienced its amazing, dependable, reliable cleaning power, that was such an example. Funnily enough, with Labocosmetica, the first time I reactivated a ceramic coating, which the owner thought was dead, with Purifica, when I saw what Purifica is able to do there. And Neo Wax number 2, which is a paste wax, which in my personal opinion redefines what a paste wax chemically and technically can do. Those are a few examples. There are maybe a handful or 2 handfuls of additional ones. The experience I had with Reggie, when we applied it, you saw the pictures to this extremely faded plastic, and the effect it had was one of those experiences I will tell probably my children in the future about. It's absolutely amazing. However, I have to stop myself right there, because on that extreme of a case where plastic is so strongly faded, probably a lot of other products would have the same effect. But that's exactly what I need to test in the future. And that's what I will test in the future. But I have a strong feeling that this could become a strong favorite of ours in the future in the product category of plastic and trim coatings. It looks really, really, really promising. But that's a preliminary conclusion. I will do some more testing. If you like the video, please leave us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.